everybody, welcome to 2Psychics No Limits. We are Tamalla and Cindy, and we are using our YouTube channel to discuss our own life experiences, spoken from our own perspective, our own views, but we also find it very interesting to actually learn from each other's life experiences and the differences and how we can look at things. And we are doing this because we have encountered some experiences that we find it should be okay to actually talk about it in public, and nothing to hide from, and for us to learn how it is to actually trust yourselves but also trust others by sharing sensitive material. So today we're going to do another channeling show. Tamalla, you're not yet sure who's coming through, right?
Nope, not yet. We'll see.
For me, it will be Marilyn because I had to wear some glitter earrings so she feels comfortable. And then, yeah, so let's see how this is going to unfold.
Hello, we are an aspect of the Pleiadians who are in charge and responsible for fun. And we are so delighted to be with you today and to share this time discussing everything that comes up today with our dear friend, Marilyn. Are you present, Marilyn?
Hello, yes, it's me, Marilyn. I'm here.
We are grateful that you're here, and we want to discuss with everyone the joy and the magnificence of sparkles.
Oh, I like that.
For it is the time on the planet Earth right now for all the beings of light to understand that they have the opportunity to shift themselves into light. They can go from heaviness to lightness. They can go from darkness to lightness. And we are always available to them through the energies of sparkles. Sometimes you may see sparkles out of the sides of your eyes and your peripheral vision. Sometimes you may see sparkles on signs or on the water or on shirts or clothes or beautiful jewelry. But anytime you see sparkles, it is our encouragement to you to be lighter, to be less heavy and to be less dark. And what that means is shifting your mental processes and your emotional processes to just let go of that stuff that is not sparkly and light, and to step into the fullness of fun that you're able to have on your planet right now. It doesn't have to be work. It doesn't have to be struggle anymore. All those paradigms have been fulfilled. And now it is only about finding those things that give you joy and that make you laugh and that feel fun. For those are the things that we encourage you to follow. So Marilyn, what are your thoughts?
Oh, my thoughts are, I love it that we're going to talk about glitter because I really resonated with the jewelry and the shininess of the jewelry that I was wearing when I was still alive. Now, I've mentioned a couple of times already that I believe that everybody is a diamond. Everybody has different facets of a diamond, and we are like polishing it in a way that we would like to shine. It is that it sounds a little bit um, I want to rephrase it as if it is something very positive to look at, because I want to say that the life experiences that people have, including myself, they all help you with shaping your own diamond by shaping yourself, because we are all of those facets that we just said. Um, we can be creative, we are joyful, we can also be serious, but we can also be trustworthy. Who are you and what kind of facets of the diamond do you want to see in which kind of environment or situation? But today we're going to emphasize on the glitter aspect, on the joy and the fun, because I have the feeling that this is very much needed in the world today. There's so much going on that sometimes it is forgotten actually to enjoy life, not to take things that serious, to celebrate the very little things. And I understand when life is not going as smooth or as easy or as light as you wondered or wished for. It is hard to be appreciative of the little things, but it can also be the easier thing to do when it is something joyful that you can experience in all those hard or the painful experience that you have. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does.
Thank you. So I wanted to say that all those life experiences that we have had, or you are still experiencing, or they are still coming up in the future, just understand and remember or remind yourself that these are all um, opportunities for you to let yourself shine. It is the wisdom and the knowledge that you gain. Try to find a way how to see your life experience from a different kind of perspective, a different angle. And yes, it is not easy always to do this when you are by yourself. It is best to ask somebody else for some help or actually look outside of the situation that you are in. So for now, that is all what I wanted to share.
Well, thank you so much for all of that. We find your interpretations accurate and also very stimulating for ideas and creativity. And we would like to add that there is a lot of heaviness and darkness on the planet right now. There is a lot of weighty issues that need to be addressed. There's lots of misuse of resources and misuse of power. There are people who are hurting other people, and there are very heavy, dark things that are manifesting themselves on the planet right now. And so we are not telling you to ignore those things. But what we're doing is offering you an opportunity to shift the vibration of those things. And you do not make things lighter by being heavy. You do not make things lighter by being darker. And so we'll give you an example. For if you find or see or experience or notice an aspect where human beings are being mean or destructive or hurtful to other human beings, in that moment, if you can lift your own vibration up into the vibration of divine love, and then pour that divine love onto the people who are being hurt and the people who are doing the hurt. And so in pouring divine love, and we want to identify that you're not giving your love, you're giving the love from source, the clean, the pure, the unending love from source, and pour it onto both people. And we say both because they are in their own relationship and completing their own circuits together as the perpetrator and the victim, as the abuser and the abusee. And in order to heal, both aspects need to be lightened. Because what occurs when only one aspect is provided love, say the one that you feel most sad for, the one you feel most needs most, then you're unbalancing the involvement and the integration of lightness, because then it becomes imbalanced. One becomes lighter and the other becomes darker. And instead, what we want to happen is to lift both up into a higher, lighter vibration that allows them both access then to their own divine nature. Because if someone is connected to their divinity, to their sparkle, to their light, to their joy, to what they feel is appropriate for them, for their own fun, they're going to have less access to being a victim, and they're going to have less access to being a perpetrator, because none of those exist in the wholeness of light. Does that make sense?
Yes, to me it does. And can I add something?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So I wanted to add that when I was still alive, a lot of people have hurt me over and over and over again. It might have been the same person who've done it multiple times, but it was most of the times new people who, or other people who found a way to hurt me in one way or another. Either by being unfair to me, or they were lying to me, or they withheld something from me, and I actually had to fight for it to get my justice. And some people were surprised, yes, and they did not expect me actually to get what I wanted or to request it. I want to say that in all of those situations, I stayed true to who I was. I was what you call maybe like naive or innocent, but that is who I was. That was how I felt from my heart, from my core, and I stick to that. I did not want to give it up, no matter what happened. And I actually would like for you all to do the exact same thing. When you feel in your heart that you are a very joyful person, please share it, even when your surroundings are in not a such joyful mood or a bad mood or a negative mood. Be as joyful as you can, because these are the moments that they need it the most. Please do not adjust to your own environment, to your surroundings, but can look at it this way. What can you bring from within to your environment that can change it into a positive, in a positive way? How can you influence someone else in your true being? How do you feel? What are you? What is it that you can share and you would like to share with other people? That is what I want to share when it comes to when people hurt you. Most of the people who hurt you or who hurt me, they are in pain as well. Um, they did not know how to cope with certain things themselves. And because I was naive and nice and innocent, they thought it would be very easy to take me as a victim. As it was sometimes very painful because I could see as well from other people that they actually did not really mean it in that way, but they could not understand or did not really know how they would uh, approach me or how to deal with a certain situation, actually offer me what they really wanted to offer me because they were covered in pain. Um, there was something else I want to share, but I forgot. Could you please continue?
Yes, certainly. For all that you've spoken is very important, and it makes a clear statement in the human psyche about how the interactions that you have with other people are opportunities for choice. And so those opportunities of choice are what we're addressing today. And we're encouraging you to choose those things that are lighter, that are more full of sparkle and fun and gratitude, and where you choose to move forward. For most darkness, most heaviness, most of those emotions and thoughts are past. Even if they happened 1 second ago, it is your past. And you are in charge of your future. And every moment forward is a future. And we're encouraging you to step lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter into your future, and to find something about your life that you're grateful for. Find something that gives you pleasure, something that allows you to laugh and to skip and to play and to have fun and to be silly and to dance. And it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else, because this is all about you and about what's inside of you and what you're carrying around. And carrying around darkness and bitterness and negativity and judgments are all the things that keep you weighed down and heavy and dark, and they separate you from your own joy and your own abundance and your own prosperity and your own health. And so what we're saying is, even though you have past experiences, allow them to be in the past and put a period at the end of them and say, those happened. I acknowledge them. I'm grateful for everything that they've taught me. I release them to be transmuted to divine love. And I move forward from here, acknowledging the goodness and the light and the joy and the positivity that is in every aspect of my life. And every day, I'm going to focus on at least one thing that is sparkly, that is joyful, that is light. And as you focus on that one thing during your day, it can be something as simple as watching animals play together. It could be something like finding a penny on the ground, or seeing the number 1111 on a clock, or experience the kindness of a stranger, or offering your services to someone in need. It can be anything or everything. And what you're doing is, as you're focusing on that positivity, on that joy, on that lightness, on that fun, what happens is it begins to be attractive to you. And as you're attracted to that lightness, that fun, that joyfulness, that giggling, the dancing, then you're going to want to do it more often. And as you do it more often, it becomes a primary resonance in your energy field. and you attract whatever is the primary resonance. And so if your primary resonance is fun and joyful and giggly and sparkly, then you're going to attract experiences and people and jobs and abundance that's going to feel that way as well. And while many of you are very seriously minded and serious natured, there's still an aspect of fun within you. And it's important that you tap into that fun for the next 6 months on your planet. From July 2019 through December 2019, there is going to be lots of opportunity for negativity. And we're offering you this information so that you may maintain your balance, so that you're not sucked under by the negativity, by the emotions, by the mental processes, by the things that happen on the planet. Because you do need to maintain your balance of light. Because this is a tumultuous time, but it does not mean that you and your life experience has to be tumultuous. It can be even keeled as long as you maintain your balance. And the balance that you will be seeking is that balance of light, of joy, of fun, of gratitude, of support, of dancing. And we hope this serves you well.
I hope so too. I would like to add what I wanted to discuss before. You know, when I was working as an actress in that phase of my life, I encountered a lot of people, good and bad, although they are not really bad people, but they gave me situations that I was not really looking forward to be part of, to be honest. For me, it was that I was trying to look for something outside of myself. It could have been my husband, it could have been the champagne or a bottle of wine or anything. I was not able to actually say, this is what I'm going to close. For some reason, I dragged it all around me, and I have had several times in my life that I just disappeared. I ran off to a place where I could be all alone or be surrounded with just a few handful of people or friends who will be able to take care of me. These moments or these months were very much needed for me because I lost myself. Yes, I was innocent and naive, but I could not find the sparkle within me anymore. I've lost it. And I needed those quiet moments to find those back within me. I didn't know where it went, and I was not really sure anymore how to find it. By being alone, or not to have too many people around you, or not even being able to work and really focus on yourself, you will find what you want to do. You will find that joyful spot in your heart, the glitter, the shininess within you. You might be able to paint, or you start to dance. As was mentioned before, it was looking for, maybe you were able to make music, or you start to enjoy looking at the sunset, or you want to skinny dip in the ocean, run around on the beach for hours, or maybe for a shorter time, or just enjoy what you would like to do, something that you have not experienced in your daily life. Just do something crazy. Sometimes being crazy or doing something out of your comfort zone brings you back into who you are, find back who you are and what you would like to share with others. I needed those times. Otherwise, I was not able to function or to go forward with what I have been doing for a longer time. And yes, at the end, my life was very short, and it came to an end, which was not so pleasant. But I've been very grateful for those moments that I shared just to be alone or to listen to the sea or just have one particular friend around me, make funny pictures, not the ones where I was be posing in a professional way, just making fun of myself. When you can make fun of yourself, that is the best humor I think that you can have, because this way you're not taking yourself too serious. And when you do not want to be taken too serious by your surroundings, and sometimes you might think, oh please people, just loosen up. Most of the times it is because you are taking yourself so seriously. When you're able to loosen up and just do crazy things and and go out and dance or move on a dance floor in a way you have never done before, just wear those shiny glitter shoes or this very tight short skirt, but you feel very sexy in it and very female. Why not? Sometimes you need those moments just to feel yourself again, feel that you are alive. I cannot really say what men shall do because I had issues with men, but you can do the same thing. Just go outside, maybe go on a holiday with your male friends, or I don't know, rent a boat or go with your honey somewhere. Just book a trip. You go to the airport or just rent a car and say, we're just going to take a map and we are going to follow this route, and we will follow the route, and when we have no gas anymore, we'll just stop there and see if there's a place for us we can stay overnight and picnic in the desert or stargazing. Stars are glitter too. Yes, there are some places in the world where there's so much light still in the evening that you cannot even see the sky. But there are places in the world where you can easily see the stars because there are hardly any clouds. And it is still a very nice temperature outside. Just take a blanket with you. Take your loved ones with you, or maybe even your children when they are still awake, and you just want to give them the option to look at the stars. And who cares when they fall asleep, when you're lying there in the grass? You are doing something together as a family. Even when they are not aware what's going on, you are enjoying that moment, and that is something that cannot be taken away from you. It is something that fills your heart. It grounds you as well, just to forget all the sorrows. There are so many worries as well, so much sorrows in your head. There's so much thinking. It hurts my head, just to make a joke out of it. It hurts my head when I feel all those thoughts going around, bouncing off every single where, and being worried about things that are really not that important. You might think it is important, but it really isn't. Take a book or take a few days off and say, you know what, I'm going to spend those few days off and I want to be alone. You can just travel somewhere, take a book with you, maybe take some good cheese and wine that you want to enjoy in the evening when you are looking at the stars. Something that makes you feel good. It does not need to cost anything because all the options I've just given, like the stargazing, they don't cost anything at all. You can be in the back garden of your own home. Why not set up a tent in your back garden and say to your children, you know what, it is summertime and it is not so cold outside. Let's camp in our back garden and pretend we are in a big forest. You can put all your stuffed animals around in a garden, like the bears and the horses and the goats. Maybe like a bird in a tree. Just you pretend that you are having a very wild adventure. Let your imagination do all the work, because that also gives some peace to your mind. Do something that really gives you joy. Color something, or go to a forest and pretend that you can talk to a bird. Just whistle back, or I don't know, just walk around in barefooted, just no shoes, and even when it is muddy and your feet are stuck in the mud. Mud is, by the way, very good for your skin. It makes contact with Mother Earth too. Feel very much in contact with her because you are part of the earth. You will find yourself in one way or another, and it's all different for everybody. I cannot say what you shall do. Of course, I can give you options, and I can give you ideas, but it is all up to you to decide what you want to do, really. Or be crazy and rent a very expensive car for the weekend and say, I'm going to pretend I'm a very famous movie star and see if I can find people who want to take a picture with me. And I'm going to dress up as a very important person and see if anybody will believe in that. I have done the same, although of course I was famous, but I want to go incognito. I wanted to walk around in the street when nobody would recognize me, and it was delicious. I would walk around in my coat and with sunglasses on. I was just giggling. I was having a good time because nobody recognized me, because nobody expected me to be there. That also gave me joy because I just could be normal for one day, not to be spoken to, or people would make pictures, or the paparazzi would be following me, and all those flashlights going off all the time. It made me blind. I just wanted to be me. I want to escape from this world sometimes, yes, and there's nothing bad to it. You know, quite often it was said in a newspaper or in a magazine, oh, Marilyn disappeared, where did she go? Has she had enough? Is she coming back? Is she ill? What happened to her? You know, I just wanted to have time for myself, and people who are really looking for me or who were looking for me where I was, I mean, don't you have anything better to do than to stalk somebody or run after someone? Is that what your life is all about? Don't you have anything exciting in your life that you can do without somebody, without chasing someone? Sometimes I was sick and tired of it. I also wanted to enjoy a meal outside on the porch or in front of a restaurant, and people play like the violin, or like the very typical stereotype scene or picture that you would have when you are enjoying a very nice pizza or a pasta meal, or in front of the Italian, and they're like chatting amongst each other, and the wine will be flowing, there will be cheese, and they will be playing like the guitar or something joyful to listen to, and I would just be enjoying my food. Yes, I can actually go on and on, but is there another topic that you wanted to share?
We like very much that you bring in the human experience into this exchange, because as aspects of the Pleiadians who are responsible for joy, we have to remember that all humans don't have as readily access to joy and expansion and knowledge and wisdom of themselves as we do. For many of the experiences that you have, you put them above your own self sometimes, where knowing, much like someone who is famous, as you were, Marilyn, other human beings put you as being bigger or better or more important or more desirable than themselves. And that is why they chased you. That is why they tormented your energy, because they thought you were something they were not. And really what that means is they lost their own light. They were looking outside of themselves for light instead of the light that is inside them. What makes them unique and whole and complete, what makes them special and famous in the eyes of those who are not in a body. For each of you on your planet, to us, are famous. You're important, you're valuable, and you're loved beyond measure. And you are deserving of all your heart desires, including fun and joy and abundance. And you are deserving of a life filled with those things that allow you the opportunity to laugh and to play and to dance and to have fun. And the old paradigms are passed away and everything has become new, for now you do have the opportunity to choose that light and to choose the understanding that even though there are people on your planet who are famous, who are known, you are just as important and just as valuable and just as known.
I totally agree. I just would like to add that, it is with pain in my heart that I feel, or I've seen actually, people around me, or when I was still on this planet, walking around Marilyn, it was painful for me to see that people thought that they would not be able to become like me. I can still feel how people see me as an idol, and I just wanted to say that even though I passed away, I do receive those kind of vibrations, those thoughts, and it is sometimes, or when not quite often, painful for me to see how many people are still somehow sad that I am no longer here, or that I've died so young, or that I have had a very bad life, or not easy, or that I struggled so much. I actually would like to ask you, look at me, how I've lived my life, just only the joyful parts, of course. How I behaved, you can all do this. I'm just reminding you that you are able to do this as well. It is not that you have to look at someone or look up to someone that is able to do whatever he or she would like to do. Yes, I've been famous, but I've also had moments where I had no money at all. And still I found some joyful moments and giggle with my friends, and we are just, we would even be like sharing clothes, or we would like swap clothes, and we would make like a fashion show at home, or we would just we would play some games. This all cost very little to nothing. But these are the moments that you are enjoying with friends. And yes, my life has not been easy, and I do not want you to follow in my footsteps. And, being famous and does not mean that you have to die young, or that you need to suffer in one way or another. I'm just I just want to say and actually request you. Look at me and what I've done in my life. Look at my pictures, how I post on the beach or at my own home. Sometimes I was I've got pictures where I stuck my tongue out, or my eyes were half open, half closed. I mean, these were not really professional pictures you would see today, but I had fun in those moments. And I want to point out, you can do exactly the same thing. Don't look at me as somebody who has suffered and died young and it has been such a pity. Oh my. I want you to remind you that you can do exactly what I've done myself. Find the glitter in the sparkling inside of yourself. You don't even have to color your hair, or blonde. Why not going for purple? Or blue like Tamalla? Go for something crazy. Something that you would not expect would have done before, especially the surroundings. Do something that your surroundings would shock you. Or would shock them. Of course not in a painful way, but just, maybe wear a wig with another color, so you actually do not have to color your own hair, or wear certain clothes you would never wear, or go to the office with one blue shoe and a yellow shoe, or see how people would react, because if that is you, why hide it? I was being me when I was having fun. I was me when, yes, I was also in pain, but I was a human being. It was almost in that time something like almost forbidden for a celebrity to be in pain. I can feel Elizabeth very closely to me right now. We both struggled with alcohol in our lives, and it was as if it was uncommon and unheard of that a famous person would be in pain too, because we were like being projected as a perfect human being. But we were not. Well, yes, in a sense, whatever you do, whatever we have done, everything was perfectly fine. It was our choice. But we do not want you to look at us as if we are perfect. You are perfect too. Everyone is perfect, including myself, including all the negativity and all the flaws, or the so-called flaws that I've had, and all the crying and when my colleagues would complain that we had to reshoot a certain scene for 500 times. I mean, that was me. I was not going to pretend to be somebody else. In some way I did, because I became Marilyn and not really Norma Jean. But in a way, when I was shooting a movie, I had my insecurities. I was Norma Jean as well. All I'm saying is I don't want you to find an alter ego like I've done. Yes, there were some genuine aspects of me being Marilyn, because I would be able to be very outgoing and I could be sexy because I had the confidence as Marilyn to do that. I was able to hook up with men and enjoy a very nice conversation. I will be able to hang around with other movie stars, or just do crazy things like swimming with no bathing suit. I enjoyed that. Find something that really finds the way back to you, to yourself. And I'm not going to say that being a human being is very easy. There are some difficult moments that we all go through, no matter what. We all learn something from it. When your life is going very smooth and there's not much to learn, well, maybe you have chosen for it to experience an easy going life. You cannot judge anybody for it. When you see someone who has everything and does it or get anything without much effort, just accept it. You do not know what has happened in the past. Or maybe in another lifetime, maybe this person just wanted to have a very relaxing lifetime this time. Just to experience something else and rest. Still be able to learn something, but without all those hard and difficult moments that human beings can have. You know, buy a very nice pair of shoes, some high heels, even with glitter if you like. You can Or you can maybe share stuff or exchange stuff with your friends or anything. But find that spark within yourself. And if you were not able to find it the first time, then try it again. And again until you found it. Maybe you have moved on to another spark and you were like, oh my gosh, I would not have thought I was able to do this. That is also a moment for you to grow and to embrace yourself because you are like expanding yourself as a human being, but also your consciousness. Yes, that is all what I wanted to share for now. Are we going over time, you think?
It does feel like it's time for us to wrap up in a beautiful bow, but we would like to offer a gift to those who are listening if they're so inclined. We would like to offer a toning or a sound that will draw your joy to the surface. And what this means is when the sound is heard by you, the sparkles that reside in your mental body, in your emotional body, in your physical body begin to be energized and to come to the surface. So you may find yourself laughing or giggling or feeling joyful or relaxing or breathing. And so, Marilyn, does this feel like a supportive way to wrap up our discussion today?
Yes, and I'm completely ready. I already stretched my arms to the back, so my heart is like fully open to receive.
Wonderful. So we will begin. We blow the breath of life to bring the flames of your joy into bigger beings and bigger manifestations into your experience. For it is part of why you came to be in a human body, so that you could also experience all the joys and the passion and the fun that is part of being human. May your joy overflow, and may you know that you are an incredibly powerful part of the light of the world.
Thank you, that was beautiful. I just want to say thank you very much, everyone, for listening. to us, what we want to share. We hope you have enjoyed this conversation, and if you want us to have us back again on this channel, just please let us know. We are more than happy to talk more about joy. I'm sending you all much love, much glitter, and please find your own spark. I hope to talk to you soon again. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So hopefully you enjoyed our channeling today. Please make sure that you comment, that you like, and you share, and you can click the little notification button and subscribe so that you get notified each time we upload a new video on our YouTube channel. If you would like to have a session with Cindy, you can reach her at info@channelingcarla.com and visit her website at channelingcarla.com. And if you'd like to have a session with me, you can reach me at info@yourownsoul.com and check out my website at yourownsoul.com.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye all.